Today we're working with Wild Mustang Frank. If you've ever wondered what it's like to gentle and train a wild Mustang, you are in the right place. Thanks for coming along on our journey with Wild Mustang Frank here. He's a 1-year-old from the Roberts Mountain HMA. I'm going to put my arm out. This is a good deal, saying, hey, I want you to go over this way. And he's thinking about it, but not quite. I want a little bit more. There. Now I can ask him to go in a circle from here. Trying to keep myself in the camera. Now he's getting kind of close to me. I'm going to send him away. Kind of close to me. There we go. He's looking at you, Dan, like, save me. Save me. Getting kind of close to me. You're kind of rusty on your circles. I feel like he was doing better last time I did it. All right, now we're in a good spot. Okay, so I want to keep that C shape to his body. I want to get a couple of good circles. He's starting to come in. So right now I don't care. Just walking is fine. I don't need him to be going fast. Now the next round, I'm going to slide my hand down the lead rope. So I'm going to put my flag straight up top, pointing up to the sky. Slide my hand down the lead rope. So here goes my flag. You got to keep walking. Walk. There we go. Okay, so he thought that meant stop, and it doesn't. So we're going to try this again. So I'm going to put my flag straight up. My flag straight up. So right now I'm just helping him know my flag being up does not mean stop moving. Are you sure it doesn't mean stop moving? Keep walking. Okay, so now he's starting to get the hang of that. Now I'm going to slide my hand down the lead rope and walk towards his butt. There. Now he's going to reset his foot. Now we might not be in the camera anymore. I can't tell. So he's licking and chewing, so I want him to have a break while he licks and chews. Next to you? Yes, next to me. I want to be part of his comfort, not just his anxiety. Now his head is low. He's looking around, so he's not feeling too stressed. If he pins his ears, just kind of not pinning them as an anger, but pins them in one direction. Just hyper focus somewhere. That would be a sign that he's feeling anxious. And he is watching Dan over there, but you a good boy, huh? Okay, I'm going to ask for one step forward with his left front foot. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to put my left shoulder by his left side of his head. I'm going to put my arm straight out. That's offering him a good deal, guys. Now I want his foot to kind of go where my hand is. And he says, I don't know what that means. So I'm going to bring my flag up. There. Now I want him to keep going. I'm probably not in the camera. There we go. Okay, so again, the goal is a nice C shape. I don't want him hanging on the halter. And he's not. He's doing a great job. But if he was, I would just ask him to come toward, or, there you go. If he was, I would ask him to bring his head over with that slight angle in towards me. You see how now that there's getting to be a lot more slack in the lead rope. So on this side, he's coming in towards me more than on the other side. Now when I'm doing this stuff, I like to use a 10-foot lead rope. 8 is a little bit too short, a 12 is a little bit too long, but 10, that's that magic happy number. So now he's starting to not come in on me. So this is going to be a good time to break. So I'm going to put my flag up, slide my hand down, and then I'm going to walk towards him. I'm waiting there, he reset. I don't want him just to twist his front foot. I want him to reset it so that he's not setting himself up to have a twisted leg later on. He's licking and chewing. Now, because he's just a year old, we're not going to do long sessions with him. He's not ready for long sessions being so young. Although we did bring him to the Ty Evans Clinic, so he did 3 hours there at a time, and he did well. However, Dan, how much time did you spend just standing with him versus asking him questions? So half of that 3 hours, Dan was just standing and hanging out, not asking questions. When you're working with a young animal or a wild one, and we got both here, they need a lot of time to process.
Yeah, he would get 15, 20 minutes. And then when we changed exercises, I would stand for a long time watching other people, just letting him be comfortable.
And when we brought him there, how long had we had him home for? Like 2 months?
Barely 2 months.
Barely 2 months from off bringing him home from the BLM. But he really did a great job, you guys.
Good boy. Is he ready to be free?
Yeah, we could. I don't know how long we've been going. I haven't paid attention. Should I do one more in each direction?
Sure.
Okay, my hand straight out. There, he did it. I want him to keep going, so I'm going to keep my body language up so he can read my intention. His head's facing away from me, and that means that he could easily go away from me. I want to keep him with me. There, he kind of wants to go over to Dan. So training these guys, Dan and I definitely have different strengths. Dan is great with the Uchi-Guchis, helping to feel that comfort. And although I can do that, and I do that, Dan rocks. He's just amazing at that. And then when it comes to this, do 3 circles and then disengage, this is where my strengths come in. So we totally utilize each other's strengths. Now I'm going to see about having him go straight to the other side. There, nice job. Now this is going to be kind of tight for him to go through the fence right here. Okay, there's only 5 feet there. You see how he picked up his energy a little bit? That's because he was nervous, guys.
He held it together good.
He sure did. But now I'm giving him more space. We can ease into that, and we will later on. He's just not there at his training yet. Yeah, save me. She's making me do circles. He's doing a pretty good job keeping the lead rope about the same. There, he's starting to come in. I'm going to go get him to be out of my space. He just did a little swish of the head there, like, I'm the boss. He is sassy. Okay, so I'm going to put my flag straight up. Now that should not tell him to stop. Okay, so I'm going to have my flag straight up. Keep walking. The pre-cue, like I said, is a pre-cue, is taking my hand down the lead rope and then walking towards his butt, where my toes are facing his butt. There. That was great. Remember those breaks, guys? That's where it's all about. It doesn't matter if we do the exercise 100 times or 1 time. It's when we quit that they do a really good one, and then we give them a break or stop for the day. If we stop on the one that's not such a good quality, or if we stop and they're feeling stressed, they're going to remember that next time. So right now his lips are pretty tight, so I need to hang out with him. Dan, is it still recording? The whole screen looks black. Okay. So I need to hang out with him and let him come down from his anxiety. There he's licking and chewing. Now this, Frank is a horse he's brave. There's not a lot that scares him. Where Stein, on the other hand, we got Frankenstein. Stein is very nervous and anxious. So we do a lot more standing around. But he's coming around, you guys. So Frank has his own playlist, so make sure you check that out. And we just do shorter training sessions with Frank's playlist. And then on Training Wild Burros, I have the Mustang and Burro comparison series where I'm training the other two counterparts from Frank, and that's Doc and Stein. So we got Dr. Frankenstein. Now with the Mustang and Burro comparison series, I'm recording the entire training session for all of it. So if you're ever curious about all that goes into it, that's a great series to watch. Now his lips are still tight. His eyes are getting heavy. His head is pretty close to level. He's blinking more. Those are all signs that he's coming down. But I would say his lips are still tight, so he's not done coming down from his anxiety yet. Now, while he's coming down from his anxiety, I don't want to be petting and loving on him. I want to save that for later on. And the reason is if I disrupt his time where he's processing, it's going to slow down his learning. Now, he's going to get loved on, and he does get loved on, all the oochie goochies and scratches. But during this time, we just want to let him process, self-regulate. We need him to learn to self-regulate. His lips are still tight, Dan. A little bit. I think he could probably be done now. I think so. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. You guys have an awesome day. This is Wild Mustang Frank. Oh, releasing of them. They get to, here comes the two donks straight away. Pretty close to the same age. I know, I was wondering if I was going to have to move. You see how far they get before they stop to eat grass. They kind of crack me up.
They're having such a good time.
They really are. Yeah, right. Look what I could do.